Hey everyone, Udub Ultra here, welcome back to the channel, bringing you a new video of Cyberpunk 2077, playing this on PC and on my new LG 45-inch UltraGear OLED. Now before jumping in, I just want to look at the settings here real quick. So I am playing this with everything maxed out and DLSS set to balanced. Now this does include Psycho settings, so Psycho ray tracing. Again, everything has been totally maxed out with DLSS on. Now before getting into my thoughts on the monitor and this the game overall, want to note a few things. First, if you enjoy this video and the content on my channel, please don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing. Still on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and every little bit helps as we grow the channel. Also, down in the description, you can find a few different pieces of information, which include a link tree where you can donate to and support the channel directly, 5% discount code off coffee and tea orders, and finally, a full detailed list of my LG picture settings and NVIDIA Control Panel settings. Now, I've been looking forward probably the most to playing this game and just seeing what the overall performance I could get out of this monitor, as well as what the just overall screen looks like when playing this. And again, this is, along with many of my commentary so far in my initial POV videos and here now, this monitor continues to be very surprising, right? I did come in, expecting, I was a little bit nervous about the PPI issue when gaming specifically. And so far, everything I've thrown at this has been fantastic. Now, I think it's important to note that a big part of this is the OLED monitor, or the OLED screen here. I mean, coming from the original G9, that had 10 local dimming zones, and then you come to a monitor like this, right? The color production and the contrast here are incredible, and in so many ways, it more than makes up for what you might perceive as a low PPI issue. Now, I want to address that though, because and every game I've thrown at this so far, again, gaming specifically, I really haven't noticed, the image looking soft or blurry or anything like that. In fact, it looks surprisingly good. Now, certainly, and I will expand on this in a first impressions video coming up in a few, probably about a week or so. The desktop experience is different, right? If you're talking like direct text and maybe you're working in Excel or Word or just online, most definitely, I mean, yeah, the PPI is an issue. Like, I mean, you can see it just in looking at text. But when it comes to gaming, like I said, I really have been pleasantly surprised with how clear the image is. Again, with every game I've tried so far, and I think a big part of this kind of monitor is the trade-off. And what I mean by that is, I certainly wouldn't say that this image is as clear as my C1, right? We're talking about a 4K TV in that respect. Having said that, right, with the panel here, with the OLED tech and what it can do in terms of color production, contrast, and everything, with what you're getting in terms of extra performance, because the resolution is 3440 by 1440. So, a perfect example in this case, I can play Cyberpunk on my 3090, getting a 60 FPS experience, full Psycho settings, and DLSS balanced, which I definitely cannot do right on my C1. I have to push this thing into performance or even ultra performance DLSS to try to get anywhere close to that. Those are kind of the trade-offs here. And like I said, I really have been pleasantly surprised and really enjoying playing on this monitor. Another thing I think I had mentioned in, again, some of my initial videos, but I definitely want to note here, the size of the panel is perfect for me, right? I wasn't sure how I would feel coming from a G9 and losing some of my horizontal space, right? Ultimately, you're talking about a 32 by 9 versus a 20 by 9 here. 21 by 9. But the extra vertical real estate, because this monitor is about 2 to 3 inches taller than the G9, feels amazing, right? When you're sitting the right distance away, I'm sitting about, I would say, 2.5 to 3 feet away from the monitor, in combination with the 800R curve. The extra vertical real estate really does help. Again, something else I was kind of surprised by it. Again, by no means am I saying the G9 is bad in that respect. It's just when you actually sit in front of it and you kind of realize that it's space you don't necessarily realize you miss until you sit in front of this. And yeah, like I said, it really just overall looks great, and I really have been enjoying playing and gaming on this thing. So I'll continue with several more POV videos, and again, over the next few days, coming out with first impression video talking about the settings I'm using and again, overall thoughts thus far. With that though, I'll go ahead and let you enjoy the rest of the gameplay here. Again, thank you so much for your guys' support. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions, whether it's about the display or the game or anything like that. And yeah, I'll talk to you later.
But besides that, he's out there at the market. What's he selling?
Organic strawberries and cream. What do you think? He sells ancient dusty tapes of ancient dusty indie bands. No one's heard of a single one of them.
Mr. Whitey here. Drop that
Green.
milquetoast kibble.
Thanks.
And run to the nearest store for a taste of sweet, sweet, sweet clean speed.
Hey.
Cause life is too short to be slow.
I heard I can get some decent tunes here.
What you mean by decent? We got Cartesian Duelist, Uridine Stuff, Tainted Overlord.
Any samurai?
Kid, you even gotta ask? Never fade away. Dancing with my axe, chipping in, you name it, we got it. Silverhand was the one true messiah of rock. I'd hand them records out like candy if I could. But a guy's gotta eat.
I'm looking for the real deal. Like, say, bootlegs from Samurai's first gigs.
Fuck. First, you have got no idea what you're asking for. Not if you're so chilled about it. Don't know how you found out about them bootlegs, but forget it. Not gonna give them to the first gunk off the street.
Did the first gonk off the street know what they tell new Arasaka suits? They say, if a collar in training doesn't make deadline, the ghost of a man split in two will get him. Of course, nobody remembers the ghost is Johnny.
All right, I'm impressed. Getting someone from Saka to tell you that. You're not joking. You're really a Silverhand fan.
When the other kids were learning chrome crayons, I already had chipping in down by heart.
Well said, kid. Getting a little misty-eyed. You're all right. Hey, anyways, gotta educate the youth. Maybe you'll find something special under the table. Come on, have at it.
Much appreciated.
Take it. Spread the good Silverhand word. Death to corpos.
I'm not afraid of anyone, you know?
You know, they say time is the best teacher. Used to think that was true. But look at that guy, 60 at least, but still living in 2020.
Guy's your biggest fan. You not happy to meet him?
Blusaka Tower to smithereens, and it's still standing there, just the same. Don't want people getting stuck in a rut, stuck in the past. Want them to change, them and the world.
It's been 60 years. Something must have changed.
Know what changed? The damn facade. Fresh interface plugs, new high fructose scop syrup, and fun fruity flavors. A new face of Arasaka, same old shit, different packaging.
Something's changed. Maybe we can't see it, but it's change all the same.
Sure, now almost nobody remembers when a person wasn't just a meat bag full of secondhand implants.
some cleft meds. Someone's stashing them in a kabuki apartment. Unfortunately, no idea what's waiting for you there, so be careful. Anyway, you bring them back, some rippers will thank you. Profusely. More deets in the attachment.
Well, princess, how long I got?
You hear that howling at night?
Hey, get it. Don't run, Gene.
You're a motherfucking thick knife. I'm a
See who's last. The last game.
Sure. Be careful with that trigger.
How did you I told you not to move.
war's coming. Just you wait.
Thanks, V. Couldn't have been easy, but you handled it like a pro. Job done, contract closed.
¿Te divierte mi sufrimiento?